What is going on, people of the internet? Man, I missed you guys. It feels like 2014 years, like 30,000 years since I've been on the podcast, man. But I'm back. For those of you that hoped I might not return, I hate to disappoint you. I'm here. Gonna be here for a while. We're having fun. The ChatBot Podcast, episode 21. I have become smooth with my transitions, with my captions. My lower thirds here, Restream, Hargray, they're having some feng shui now. Everything's good. Everything is working. Everything is automatic. Autopilot. For those of you just joining me for the first time ever, because you got nothing else to look at, or you're tired of looking at what you've been looking at for the past like 2 weeks, aka the election. Am I allowed to say that, or do I get banned Facebook? So many bans going on. You might be joining me for the first time. My name is Ryan Baggett. I am the host of the ChatBot Podcast, and I'm glad you're here. If you're here, hopefully you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, or hope to be one of those two one day, because this little show we've got going on called the Chatbot Podcast will be beneficial to you. If you ever want to run a business or advertise a service or product you'd like to offer, you're going to need to learn how to market and advertise effectively, cost efficiently. You know, it's not rocket science, guys. It's not. Like, I am not going to sit here and tell you, you must take courses. You must do this, you must do that to be successful on social media, because that is false. Fake news central. Some of the most wildly successful people on the internet, even in business, have just had the right personality and zero fear. Fear is the number one reason why the masses are not talking heads right now on video, because they're afraid. They don't like the selfies. They're afraid of being made fun of. Man, let me tell you something, guys. The last thing I really want to do is be in front of this camera right here, this Sony A7 III. Maybe it's time to upgrade camera. The last thing I want to do is have this thing staring at me for the next 40 minutes or so. Nope. But it's the only way that many people on the internet, people of the internet, it's the only way that you're going to pay attention. And some of you don't even watch, you're just listening. I'm pretty sure my wife can have like 3 different things in our house on screens or electronics. She can have Alexa going to her favorite music of the day, which is awesome music, honey. It's great music. She have her favorite music. She'll watch on her iPad show A, and she'll be catching up on like the 17th rerun of show B on her phone while she's like cooking dinner or something. It's so cute, but like, man, that's a lot of noise. You've got to be savvy these days on how you're distributing your content. You've got to break through the noise. We are on screens more now so than ever. That is fact. So if you ever want to leverage this little thing called the internet, guys, you're gonna need to understand some basic core fundamentals of social media marketing. A lot of you, though, will not have time for that. You just won't, or you won't care, or like some of my clients, who you guys are awesome, you have a very successful business already. meaning you also have some money. And so maybe the social media thing just isn't for you, but you're at a place where you can just afford someone to handle it for you. That's great. If you know this is not something you want to deal with, but you do know how important it is, find someone that is qualified. That is a key factor. Find someone who is qualified to assist you or do the things for you. It is so important. It's so hard to like put it nicely, guys. Even if you're successful right now with zero digital presence, I promise you, if this pandemic thing has not like woken you up, nothing will. No matter if you're doing good or not right now with zero internet presence, you have to start thinking forward. And it's not because I want your money. I'd love to have it. Sure. Like sign up for taxtable.io. Go ahead. But I'm just telling you this for your own personal and business benefit. You must take digital seriously. If you do not, you are likely, more than likely, than if you hadn't, you're going to fail. One of the easiest things you can do in this day and age is what we like to call build a list. What is a list? A contact list, guys, an email list, a text message marketing list. The last thing you want to do is be forced to advertise to your customers on social media in the pay-to-play space. Facebook is, I think, the Facebook ecosystem, guys. I don't want to have anyone hit me in the comments giving me like some brand new 2020 statistics. The Facebook ecosystem, in my opinion, as a professional marketer, is the most beneficial, affordable, and efficient way to market your product or service on the internet, period. Yes, I believe every single time that an effective Facebook campaign will outperform any print campaign. Any print campaign, if they're strictly like going head to head. Truthfully, what we should be doing is what, guys? We should be taking an omni-channel approach to everything we do. But that's hard. Let's face it. I don't do it. I'm preaching this to you, and I don't truthfully always have a perfect omni-channel solution. But that should be the goal. Meaning you're going to meet your customer or potential customer wherever it is that they would like to be met. Simple. Whether that is Facebook, whether that is Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, SMS, text messaging. Maybe you have a super weird audience at this point, or super old audience that just loves email. I hate email, man. I get too many emails. 98% of them are junk. I'm telling you what, man, like it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. If the majority of my Tap the Table customers preferred to communicate with me via email versus anything else, that's what I don't have to be forced to deal with, email. Whatever the case is, it shouldn't matter too much because you should be taking an omni-channel approach. Before I go any further, guys, you might be stressed out, especially if you're in the United States, right? With all this election stuff going on. And if I'm pretty sure if I say another word or phrase related to elections or voting, I'm just going to get banned because Facebook's just gone crazy with their bans. But I want to point out something I hope will help some of you folks out there that might be a little stressed. And last Sunday, one of the most awesome sermons by Pastor Bobby Thompson. And man, this thing stuck with me since then. It's like the aha moment that I usually have with a guest here on this podcast, an aha moment or a quote of the day, a quote of the podcast. I call it, I don't know, whatever I call it. But this one has stuck with me. Whatever the outcome, guys, I know it's like in the air and to do this a week or two, whoever wins, I personally I am not going to lose sleep, truthfully, over who wins this thing. My advice to you is the same advice that Bobby Thompson gave to all of us. Do not let politics take away your peace. It's all going to be okay. I promise you. And so without further ado, guys, we're going to talk about the brand new feature that is now available in Tap the Table. It's one that, like, I knew was available for a while as far as the Facebook permission goes, but I was just never really into it, you know? Just wasn't for me. There's a lot of things that are available in this chat game, this message marketing, conversational marketing game that I'm just not that into and that a lot of people love. And I might be missing the boat out on some things. Maybe, maybe not. But this one, totally. I will admit it. All year. Now, I don't really know exactly. We'll check the documentation in a little bit. That's something that I haven't really done on this show, is show the documentation of where and how Tap the Table is able to do the things that it's able to do. So I'm going to show you where these permissions come from. And what we're talking about, again, guys, is simple. With messenger chatbots, meaning, and I know some of you guys that listen to me, you never say anything. The real experts, you're just like creeping, like I used to do forever. You should step out of the shadows. The rest of the real experts, right? Step out of the shadows and join us. For those of you that don't know anything about message marketing or chatbots, it's okay, man. I'm still cool. I'm still your friend. I'm gonna teach you the things. Hit me up, DM me. I might even give you a free Tap the Table account. Especially, I know I've said a lot of things about folks that I grew up with out in high school. They used to make fun of me for my Facebook obsession, and I didn't want to just, like, thrive with a Facebook as a career. For anyone in high school that actually watches this, DM me if you are in need of a marketing tool for your personal side hustle or your business. I'll probably hook you up for free. Things are good right now. What we're talking about is automation chatbots, an automatic message occurring in Facebook's Messenger application. Years ago, don't recall how many years ago. I want to say 2016, but I'm probably off. I want to say 2016, but Facebook forced us to download an additional app on our smartphones if we wanted to read the Facebook messages our friends and family sent us. That app was called Messenger. You probably have it on your phone. It is an app that I use probably too much during the day, to be honest with you. I am more likely to answer someone via Messenger than I am text these days. That's insane. I am more likely to answer someone in Facebook message than a text message. I have an insane amount of unopened, still got to get to text messages on my phone. Not as many Messenger requests. Now, that said, there's a spam section in Messenger, so there's probably like 100,000 messages I'll never open in that spam section. Probably some messages I didn't want to miss, but it is what it is. Either way, what we're talking about is automated conversations that you have predetermined occurring in your Facebook Messenger. When you have installed any sort of automation in Messenger, there's something that happens, and boom, restream, hashtag Stephanie Lou. Stephanie Lou should be a hashtag. I want to make that a hashtag. What we have here, Stephanie Lou style, is we've got some. Oh, can I do this? Let's see. Can I? Oh, I don't know. Oh, overlay. Yes, it's all dark. I don't know if you can see it everywhere. But what we have here is two screenshots. One of these screenshots has a get started button at the bottom. One button. Get started. That is called the get started button, guys. If you didn't know, now you know. On the other screenshot, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. Okay, so we've got marina and boat docking. We've got cottage restaurant menu, cottage rentals, and general store. Same Facebook page. This is a client of mine. Please do not go playing in their Messenger. I don't like when people do that. Ask me first. I'll give you a demo bot to play with. This client of mine, they're awesome. Defusky Island, Defusky Difference. They have a lot of fun stuff going on. They are an island here in the Low Country, aka the Slow Country where I live, only accessible by boat. They've always have been behind in technology. I think in our area they're probably the last ones to have internet, electricity, those things, because again, they're an island inaccessible by car. You have to get there by boat. Well, Mr. Wick Scurry, Mr. Doc Scurry, and Miss Kara out there, they gave old Ryan a shot 10 years ago with my crazy social media ideas. And since then, we have leveled up. Their business has grown and grown and grown. When I was working with the University of South Carolina after graduation, I saw all the stats here in the county where I live in Beaufort County. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's been years, 2 to 3% of the population who visited and vacationed on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, also visited the Fusky. Now, guys, we're over like 12%. Shout out to Dr. Salazar for being the professor in South Carolina to develop the program to be able to track the information in the first place. Back then, Dr. Salazar, I thought you were a real deal data nerd. That wasn't cool. That was like, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old Ryan. 31-year-old Ryan thinks you're the freaking coolest, bro. The data is where it's at, guys. I'm telling you, even if you're a creative, I always wanted to be a creative, take the photos that got the likes, that maybe got the sales, I don't know. With chatbots, the creative that you love so much, or the creative that you may have invested in, the photos, the videos, and even if you haven't paid someone, the time invested, the chatbot game will reveal if those efforts are successful or not. I'm going to repeat that. The chatbot game, the chatbots, messenger marketing, conversational marketing unveils the anonymity of the click, and it shows you the custom customer journey that you've provided to your user, to your guest, to your client. It shows you where you're hitting and where you're missing. Where's the conversion happening? Where are they leaving? You cannot find these things out in the same way without a chatbot. On your website, this will not happen. So in this case, what we're talking about is getting past step one. Step one, you're going to hit one of these two screens, guys. Or if there's no automation, you hit neither one of these screens. It's just blank, ready for you to ask anything you'd like to ask. I'd like to point out, when we have installed the icebreakers, the new feature to tap the table, what we have here is the ability to choose from these buttons here that you see that have the text there. And if you look at the very bottom of your screen, you'll see an area where you can type and ask a question to the page, as well as 3 lines. Now, bonus points to anyone who can tell me the official and accurately factual name of that icon with the 3 lines. I wish I was good enough to check out the chat feature to see who could answer first, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you the answer. The answer is it's a hamburger icon. That's the craziest name ever, but you know what? It kind of looks like a hamburger, man. The hamburger icon, if you click that with the Defusky Difference messenger screen on the right, an additional menu pops up, and it's related to e-commerce because they have a fantastic restaurant out there called the Old Defusky Crab Company Restaurant, and so you can easily tap the hamburger menu button to view the restaurant menu and to order food from Facebook Messenger. Sure, it's awesome. The Get Started button can lead to a default answer, singular answer, or if they have the user has arrived there by some special way, a button on your website, maybe a comment on your Facebook page, they could go to they could have the different customer journey. So theoretically, guys, this is important. theoretically, the get started button here could still lead the guest to every single one of these choices here to the right. The difference is they're hitting a button that says get started that might as well say surprise me, because they have no idea what's going to happen once they've chosen that button. Now, here is the number one reason why. Let's take this off the screen now. The number one reason I recommend you use the icebreakers feature is I hate the fact that the get started button is so dang small. It's so small. It's so easy to miss. And I like night mode for the most part on my iPhone. I just saw, by the way, guys, Messenger on Mac at least has an app available. It's a standalone desktop app. Like Messenger's everywhere. I'm so happy to see all the Messenger stuff because I was predicting it and like selling it to the client all year long. Messenger. Now all the things are happening. So it's great. But the dark mode can, unfortunately, sometimes, in my opinion, camouflage important functions of the platform Messenger, aka the get started button. When you have just one singular button that says get started, and that's where the user's landing from a QR code or a button on your website, there are times where it is not as intuitive as the engineers and developers over at Facebook thought. I can't imagine what the real bounce rate is because I will not be able to find that out unless I hit the button. And so it's interesting, guys. I know for a fact it's a big miss. Even if you have an awesome greeting with a bunch of arrows pointing down to the get started button, you can't guarantee it, man. I promise you. You just can't. So with the icebreakers, you're providing up front all sorts of different customer journeys. Okay. They're going to know. They're going to choose, in the case of the Fusky, they're going to choose general store if they want information about the store. They'll choose, rent golf carts or tour information, whatever you decide. What I'm going to do here is show you how all this works. So what I'm going to do is jump on over here to my other screen, and we're going to open up the ChatBot podcast. Let's see here. So, well, it's not the ChatBot podcast, but the ChatBot blog first. And we got to share my screen. Bam. Cool. Let's make it big. Great. So you see my screen. Cool. Right in the middle. This is the ChatBot blog. We're going to come here. And this again, this is what Facebook has provided. Let's check this out. Say hello with Facebook icebreakers. Now, my homies over at ManyChat, they call this conversation starters. I think that's a really cool way to brand this feature. But because I'm nerding out today, we're going to go official. We're going to talk about official language from Facebook themselves. So, where we're at here, the Facebook icebreakers, not a proprietary function, obviously, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the show, of any builder platform, not of TTT, not of any builder that you can think of. This is built in to Facebook itself for developers to use. Now, you do not have to own a platform to take advantage of all the code, the JSON code specifically that Facebook offers. You can code this to, and I've seen this done. It's taken some agencies like over a year to build one chatbot in this way. I would not recommend it, but if you're a code person, go ahead and take some PHP classes to really button up your skills, and you can go ahead and write this JSON chatbot yourself, but I will write 5 of them by the time you finish your first function. Keep that in mind. But what we're looking at here is I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with what a ref parameter is. It is a ref link parameter, something like that, or I forget all the names that they're called in different platforms. But in essence, it is a known JSON code label that will enable you to have what I call keywords enabled to lead your customer, your guests, your clients to a specific place on the web. And in this case, it's in Messenger in most cases. So you have all these different buttons, and I'm going to show you how to make them. We have all these different requirements here to show you how you're able to utilize the tool. And then we go into the actual code itself. So if you've ever wondered, if you're a Chatfuel user, Silver user, MiniChat user, how in the world are these platforms able to do the things they're able to do? I think maybe a lot of people don't even give that any thought because they're just so into the build themselves, trying to solve some sort of problem. For me, I always question everything because in my mind, I feel like if I know everything I can there is to know about a thing, I'm going to be better off, right? So instead of getting halfway through the project and then having to ask someone a question, yo, how do I do this? I know the answer already before I get there. So when I hit that problem, it's not even a problem. It's just, oh, here's a little hurdle. Whoop, jump over it. So we've got a post and a get requests for my API friends out there. This language is very familiar to you. For those of you that don't know what an API is, you're like, Ryan, what are you talking about? Man, this is boring. Sorry. But this is showing you exactly how to use this code. And you can build anything that you can put your mind to with this. And the awesome thing is you can do most of this with a program as simple as like a notepad or a WordPad or something like that. So again, very, very cool stuff. Now let's see it in action, guys. So let's now jump over to Tap the Table. Hopefully you're able to see everything okay. I know that the last podcast I had with my main man all the way from India, Deepak, my internet sucked. But I think it's okay today. We'll see. If it's not, I'm sure you guys will let me know. So where we are is Tap the Table. I'm going to make sure you can see everything. Actually, I guess you don't even need to see my big head. What we'll do is go bam. Cool. And we can get these captions out of the way. And here we are on Tap the Table, and we're in the ChatBot podcast dashboard. So the real dashboard. We're going to go to the marketing section, and we're going to go to the funnel builder. And so I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set up icebreakers. Super, super easy. What I want you guys to think about is we are going to pull anything that will be considered an icebreaker from our keywords section. So I have keywords that I already built for you. Like, again, if you're not familiar, if you're a business and you need to add the table, you don't have to build anything. This is not a builder's platform. This is a plug and play solution. You have a problem, Tap the Table solves it. If it's in the realm of digital marketing, we will solve that problem with this tool. In this case, this section, the keyword section, what's happening here is when your customers hit you up on Facebook, on Messenger, email, or text message, we're able to communicate with them automatically at scale based on artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is programmed by you. Maybe you didn't know that you could teach computers things. You can, and we're going to show you. What we're going to do is we're going to come up with a keyword right now. We're going to come up with like 4 keywords, maybe 3, maybe 4. And I'm going to show you how powerful SMS, text messaging, and Facebook and Messenger are all together. And when you have all the permissions and you have the backing from Facebook, thanks guys, you're able to do some magical things. And what I've done is these magical things all year for my clients since like January. And I was like, man, it would be great if I was able to do this at scale and like have everyone in America have awesome social success, but I can't go everywhere. Boom, platform, made it. Now it's yours. So the keyword we're going to make, I feel like I am a winner, and I want you to feel like you're a winner too. So let's make our first keyword play a game to win. No one will ever type that, guys. This is strictly for the feature of the icebreaker. And in this case, let's make a response that says, Awesome. We're glad you want to play. So, this, guys, is a keyword. I'm going to explain exactly how this works. We've just created it, and this is exactly what's going on here. If someone, your customer, messages you in any way that you allow, Facebook, SMS, whatever, they say play a game to win, which they won't. But if they did play a game to win, automatically your Facebook page would respond, awesome, we're glad you want to play. In our example here, that is not a dynamic, fun enough solution. So let's go to our funnel builder and quickly make something happen here. So play a game. And our good friend Wendy, who is an amazing bot builder herself, has built a very, very cool game for you guys. Matter of fact, do I have that installed? And I don't. So let's go ahead and install Wendy's funnel, which is a rock, paper, scissors game. So there's Wendy there. It is also, yes, translated in Spanish, just like everything else is in Tap the Table. What do we name this thing? Where are we? The ChatBot podcast. Install. Great. So here's our rock, paper, scissors game. Really, really cool. I want to publish this. Great. Just to make sure we're all good there. So we've got our rock, paper, scissors game. We're going to go to our keywords. We're going to go back to play a game to win, edit. And what we're going to do is we're going to not have the lame, basic, single line text response. We're going to reply with a funnel. And that funnel is what we just installed. And it is going to be rock, paper, scissors game. Great. Let's make two more really fast. I'm going to go in hyperspeed now. Not QR codes, Ryan. Funnel builder. We're going to say, let's do be a podcast guest. That could be fun. Be a podcast guest. And so we'll say typing. Let's do a GIF. I love the GIFs, man. And of course, we're going to say awesome. Great. And I'm going to say we'd love for you to be a guest. Please confirm your email below. Great. And remember, we're always defaulted to collecting the email first. If instead you didn't give a crap about the email, you could simply change it to phone. Now we're going to collect their phone number. If you needed to have them join a birthday program and you wanted to make sure you sent them a message on their birthday, you could easily collect their birthday. In this case, we're just going to leave it as email. They'll give us the email to make it feel like they're really talking to their buddy, not a robot, because that's not what we want to be, is robotic. We're going to add a little typing phase in there for 3 seconds. One more GIF, because I love them so much. Thanks. Oh, that's a new one. Thanks, Giphy. Thank you. And let's say we appreciate you. Spelled appreciate wrong. Of course I did. We appreciate you. And we're on Facebook, so we know their name. First name. We appreciate you, first name. Great. So there's another funnel. Be a podcast guest. So be a podcast guest. Rock, paper, scissors game. That's cool. What else do we want to do? We'll have this welcome reply. I think that's enough for now. You guys get it. There's other videos on how to make the funnels. And again, the funnel starter section is growing, guys. That's right. And there are more fun funnels to come. But for now, what we're going to do is finish up this piece. Let's go back to our keyword here. I'm going to say basic info. And we're going to have this one go to a funnel. And that's going to be, let's have it be, what do we want? Let's have it be TTT. Welcome. Here we go. Great. TTT welcome. And let's do one last keyword, and that keyword will be a podcast guest, because that's the last one that we made. Funnel, be a podcast guest, save. So now we've set up the keywords that I'd like to use for my Facebook icebreakers ref. So super easy, guys. All the hard things are done. What we're going to do here, we're going to go to our settings, and we're going to go down to icebreakers here. And what we're going to do in our drop-down menu. So be a podcast guest. That's number one. That's the first thing I've chosen. Then I'm going to say basic info. Then I'm going to say, what was the other thing? Play a game to win. And do I want anything else in here? Let's see. I think that might be it. I don't even think I have anything in the menu. I think that's probably it. So we'll have 3 icebreakers. We can have menu in there too. It's all good. Save. That's it. Sorry. Finished. Finito. Let's see how it works. In Messenger, what we're going to do here is we're going to look in and making sure that we don't have this message open. I'm going to go to my marketing section. Let's make sure that we're easily able to see what's going on. Hit preview here. It's coming through. Bam. Great. So there's the chatbot block. So here's what I want to do. I want to delete this. Delete. Great. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go into just Facebook. No, what I do? Oh, shoot, I'm back in Messenger. Excuse me. I want to show you guys what it's going to look like. There it is. Boom. We're already there. So let's see if I can make it look kind of better. Kind of better. So here we have what we're looking for. This, guys, is exactly the thing we just made. These are our icebreakers. So let's go back to the icebreaker section. So we see be a podcast guest, basic info, play a game, menu. We see everything here. We also see the get started button. You see why I hate the get started button, guys? It's all the way down there. Like, most people don't use Messenger in the way we want them to use it on desktop, but like it's a huge percentage of folks that use Messenger on desktop do not ever see that button. They just don't. And so it's easy to see the icebreakers. So my thought, my hypothesis, my theory is that Facebook became aware of their get started button issue. That button's had problems in the past, but they became aware, and I think they started prioritizing the icebreakers. Why, Ryan? Why do you think that? Because these icebreakers are installed by default based on your Facebook page's template that you choose. So Facebook said, well, listen, we gotta start conversations. The customers don't even know the right questions to ask the businesses. If we've categorized the business in one of these buckets, let's just have these things that we've just invented called icebreakers appear. And so that's why I think it was like in 2018 when I was managing all these restaurants out here on Hilton Head for their social full time. I was getting like hit up 8 times a day on like 13 different pages with the same exact message. Can I see a menu? It was like, what? It wasn't even the appropriate capitalization. This is a Facebook thing. It was insane to me. How in the world? What are the odds? What kind of coincidence is this for there to be so many people on a daily basis saying the same exact thing in Messenger? Is a joke? I thought that for a while, at least for a couple of days when it first started happening. But it was a Facebook push. They're still pushing it. But I think that, like I was super irritated to see like so many people see this thing. I was like, wow, if they're going to have a response here, why can't I give them the information? There just was not a good way. There is not a good way in the Facebook ecosystem to provide your menu to the guest in Messenger effectively. It just doesn't exist. So again, it's like reason 4,000 why Tap the Table does exist to solve that problem. So let's make sure what we've built actually works here, guys. Let's hit be a podcast guest. And what do you know? We're getting some stuff happening. The ChatBot podcast is typing to me, which is awesome. Great. Bam. So I got the gift there. We'd love for you to be a guest. Please confirm your email below. As you can see, guys, there's my email. I don't have to type it. But what if I want to be one of those, like, it's not really being a troll, I guess. What if I do want to troll? And I will troll. I'm going to troll myself. I'm going to say, huh? Question mark. I have so much fun with this stuff. Sorry, Ryan. You're not going to give away a fake email today, buddy. Give us the email. All right, you got me. So one tap, they have the email. I have the email. The Chatbot podcast, your page would have the email. And then wham, thank you. Awesome. We appreciate you, Ryan. Now, last thing I want to show you before I sign off for the night, because it is late. It just hit midnight. Back into at the table here. Icebreakers. Pretty cool, right? Back into at the table here, guys. Look at your customer section. Ryan, look. All of the things. My email that I just collected. Bam, right there. That easy. If you're not using automation, guys, I don't know what to tell you. You are missing the boat. But I digress. I have some big news along with the the wrong title card, Ryan, along with brand new funnel starters being announced and provided to you very, very soon. I'd like to invite all of you guys who are expert builders or who want to gain some notoriety, or you have just something cool you want to give back to the chat community because you're just awesome and you're smart and you're just fast, please hit me up and we will talk about getting you featured on the funnel starter section of Tap the Table. As of now, no, I have like zero budget to give you for these amazing funnels. So if you're that person that just can't do it without getting paid, I understand. I get it. Not there yet. Give me some time. And if you have something really, really gangster, really, really awesome, I will personally pay for it to give it to the rest of the Tap the Table community for free. You will never, ever, ever, ever be charged for a template on the funnel starter section of my platform ever. They will all be free. Even if I will pay for them myself, you will never have to pay for any sort of template. Anyone that wants to donate one or just showcase your skills, I will have to approve said template, but I'd be so honored to have you a part of it. Next, the real estate game, guys. Oh my gosh. The real estate game here in Hilton Head on fire across the United States, going nuts. Tap the Table is working well for realtors. If you're a real estate broker, this is the thing that you need to give to your team. If you are a real estate agent, this is the thing that you want to get ahead of everyone else. It is very cheap. It is the most cheap, effective, affordable, efficient advertising marketing tool you will find all of 2021. You won't find anything better than Tap the Table. I'll just go ahead and say it does not exist now, and it won't exist next year either. Sorry. I am building some awesome, awesome things for you realtors. Will blow your mind. No, you don't need any third-party apps. There's no subscription other than Tap the Table you shall ever need. You don't need to pay for anything else. We'll talk about more of that later. Again, segueing on that, you're gonna be using Google Sheets for this. Google Sheets is free. It's gonna be awesome, but there's still no third party else involved. You don't need it. You can do all the things and more. And no, you cannot. Do not. I'm over telling all the people that are using other tools to take restaurant orders. You cannot use Google Sheets, guys. I don't care what app you're using. It does not work. Maybe it works for 1 or 2 orders. Maybe it can work for 100 orders. It will break on you. I've seen it happened to me, guys. It sucked when it happened, but it happened, and it happens all of the time. You cannot scale that way. If you want to just take like 2 orders a day, go right ahead. But like, it's silly. Again, digital marketing is going to be the key of so many businesses' successes and failures going into the end of 2020, into Black Friday, into Christmas holiday shopping, online season, into 2021. If you're not taking your online seriously, you're doing yourself, your business, you're doing everyone that's involved a disservice. You do not ever have to feel like I'm trying to tell you to work with me. I'm not. You're welcome to ask me any question. I suggest you do your own research. Take little nuggets away that people like me say, and then like look it up yourself, Google it. And if something resonates, find a solution. If it's not at the table, that is totally cool. But find something that will work for you, that will allow you to track your online success. It might be 2 years after you like finally take some advice like this seriously. And if it's from me, you're like, Ryan, you're such a jerk. But even if you're kind of like blah, I did listen to that one thing you said, and I did take the thing seriously. And 2 years later, well, I have more money than you, don't I? Like I would love that conversation to happen. Please, like I would love for that to happen. I want everyone to win. The internet is the ultimate equalizer. It is. And I think that everyone that's sleeping on it right now will regret it. The old excuse, oh, I'm just not good at technology. I'm not a Facebook person. That is some crap, guys. I'm obviously not like the most natural in front of the camera. I'm just doing this because it's necessary. It is necessary. You can't get around it. You can't get around the power of the internet. Use it to your advantage. Don't let it take advantage of you. Don't let the competition just totally run circles around you because they gave a crap about it and you didn't. I am so happy to be doing podcasts again. It's been too long. I've been too like zoned in on so many things. More fun announcements are coming. I'm just not legally allowed to say all the things, but fun, awesome stuff all around happening, regardless of the weird stuff that's happened this year. I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out if you need anything at all. And y'all have a good night, people of the internet. Peace.